Hello everyone. In today's lesson, we are going to clear up the confusion that the words little, a little, few, and a few create for many of us. First of all, we want to work on the difference between a little and a few. We use a little and a few to talk about the amount of something. To understand which term to use, you must understand countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable or count nouns are words which can be counted. They have a singular form and a plural form. For example, an apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, and etc. They usually refer to things. Most countable nouns become plural by adding an s at the end of the word. Uncountable or non-count nouns are words which cannot be counted. Therefore, they only have a singular form. They have no plural forms. These words are thought of as wholes rather than as parts. For example, air, rice, water, or abstractions such as confidence or advice. So, let us look at the situation where we are describing a small quantity of something. There are a few carrots. There are a few eggplants. Okay, the first thing that we should look at is these nouns are countable nouns, and here they are in the plural. There are a few carrots. So, with countable nouns, we only use the word a few, and the verb and the noun must be in plural form. Let's carry on. There is a little sugar, or there is a little milk. But this time these nouns, they are uncountable nouns. They exist only in singular, so when we have an uncountable noun, we must only use a little. And since an uncountable noun can only be singular, then the verb is singular. So we say, there is a little sugar. And the noun stays in the singular form. There is no s here. We never say sugars, for example. Here we have two rules. We use a few to describe a small quantity of a countable noun, and a little to describe a small quantity of an uncountable noun. We just understood what is the difference between a little and a few. Let's compare them with little and few. In many situations, we can choose to use a little or little when using an uncountable noun, or a few or few when using a plural countable. They have slightly different meanings. When we say a little or a few, we mean a small amount, but it's enough. Pay attention to this conversation. Let's go out tonight. Okay, I have a little money, enough for the cinema at least. On the other hand, little or few usually give us a different impression. These also mean a small amount, but this time the amount is almost nothing. Let's go out tonight. Sorry, I have little money. I really can't afford to go out. If the noun is something that we want, like money or friends, then using little or few means that we don't have enough. Of course, if we use few or little with a noun that we don't want, then it can have a positive meaning. It's good to have nearly no problems. There have been few problems with the new system, thankfully. Luckily, there is little crime in my town. I am so pleased that I have few arguments with my family. It's great that there's been very little bad weather this month. For your better understanding, let's compare few and a few in the same sentence. I have many friends. I've known few of them since high school. I have many friends. I've known a few of them since high school. In the first sentence, we are saying that although we have a lot of friends, we haven't known them for very long. There's only a small number of them we've known since high school. In the second sentence, we are saying that we have many friends, and some of them are really old friends. We have known them since high school. Time to compare little and a little. We had little time to prepare before we had to go. We had a little time to prepare before we had to go. In the first example, we are saying that we didn't have a lot of time before we had to go. In the second one, we are saying that we had some time to prepare. To make it easier, you could think about it as you would about the proverbial glass of water. You use few and little when you want to point out that the glass is half empty. There is little water in the glass. And you use a few and a little when you want to point out that the glass is half full. At least there is some of it. By the way, you should use little and a little with water because it's an uncountable noun. Thanks for watching. See you soon.